So as we get to the business end of the season, the action's picking up not just for Tommy, but we saw Walter Flynn taking out 3 Serbs, which may just cause a war between the Flynns and the Serbs, but one which was started by Tommy, Vic Flynn and the CBI. But we also saw Claudia Flynn taking a real dark turn with her character after she killed Reggie, but her business relationship with Tommy was always going to come up with its issues, and where they started well in episode 5 with the locker drops, something seems to have taken a turn in episode 7, and with Tommy now making moves with Dahlia, Diamond's going to question what he knows about this drug, because he certainly isn't stupid. He knows that Tommy will be working on something, because he's no longer in partnership with the CBI and Vic Flynn. So where Diamond's questioning Tommy, we've got Jannard who's got D-Mac on Tommy again, but this time it's going to lead to an exchange between Tommy and D-Mac, because I do think D-Mac is going to want answers to what he saw between Tommy and JP, so this definitely will be an interesting conversation between the two. But elsewhere, we've got Liliana, who's the voice of reason for Tommy, showing why she's not just a fan favourite, but why Tommy decided to turn her into a business partner. But we're going to run through all things episode 7 in this trailer breakdown. But let's start with Diamond meeting Tommy at the cafe, where he pulls out Dahlia and asks him what does he know about this, because he knows that Tommy wouldn't have just given up his 33% stake in their partnership that easily if he didn't have another move up his sleeve. And in Diamond's own words, Tommy is someone who doesn't make a move without knowing what his next 5 are gonna be.
You a smart motherfucker. You don't make a single move without knowing what the next 5 are gonna be.
The man without the plan is the dead man in the room.
And Diamond definitely clocked the map of Chicago on Tommy's table when he went to go collect the 10 keys from Tommy, which would have mapped out all the routes that he made in episode 2 when he was doing all the drops for Rojas's men, so he could start selling Dahlia to all those Primeras, because this was a whole network who weren't getting their usual product from Rojas's men, because Tommy killed them in episode 2. Now I'm sure the reason why Diamond is questioning Tommy is because it's probably selling like hotcakes everywhere, because word travels fast, especially when it comes to a drug that makes you as high as this one. So with Jannard at the strip club, it seems like he may have got a taste of Dahlia, the same way Tommy did, so he's gonna find his way to Diamond. Now I'm sure the reason why Diamond is questioning Tommy is because it's probably affecting Diamond and the CBI business, and with Jannard getting a taste of this new drug, he knows that this is the future, because this new designer drug kicks people's teeth in 1,000 times over, and once they get a taste of this, from the reactions that we've seen, I doubt they'll be going back to pick up the regular shit from the CBI. So instead of working with Diamond, Jannard and Vic Flynn, Tommy's done a complete full circle and ended up being their competition. So can the CBI and Vic handle a bit of competition from Tommy and Claudia Flynn? Definitely not if they want to tuck away 10% to pay the Serbs, when and if they return, because Jannard knows they will, especially with what happened in episode 6 with Walter Flynn, which we'll get to later on in the video. But it really is going to be interesting to see the dynamics between Tommy and Diamond, because they definitely have a lot of respect for each other, and even Diamond knows the move that he made with the Serbs was the right one, and there was always going to be collateral damage, but he was always going to stick by his blood. But Tommy getting a stranglehold over Chicago's market and the streets is only going to fuel Jannard even more to finding out what Tommy's moves are and what he's up to next, because Jannard isn't letting this go with Tommy, even though he's back in with Diamond and the CBI, just like he wanted with his seat at the table. Now, Jannard still wants to know what Tommy's business is, because he doesn't trust him, so we're gonna see him telling D-Mac, not asking him, telling him that he needs to go and find Tommy, with D-Mac telling him consider it done, and he'll get the call. But in episode 6, we saw him returning the 5k that Jannard paid him to follow Tommy, because he realized who Tommy was rolling with, and that was his father, JP. But I really don't think D-Mac heard anything to suggest that he knows Tommy and JP are brothers, which would make him Tommy's nephew, and this is why I believe D-Mac is approaching Tommy, not so much to grab him like Jannard wants, but more so because I think he wants answers. So when he does find Tommy, this is going to be an interesting exchange between the two, because not only have we seen Tommy recruit people to his organization over the last few weeks, D-Mac is his nephew, and now that Tommy knows that JP has a son who would be a similar age to D-Mac, who got lost to the streets, and to add to this, D-Mac spotting Tommy talking to JP in episode 6. I'm sure it's about time they had a conversation, and is this where Tommy might start to realize that this kid that was sent by Jannard is his nephew, and when and if he does realize in episode 6, 7 or 8, it really is going to cause a shift in loyalty, because this drug game is a real funny business. Unexpected events can change everything in the blink of an eye, and I can really see Tommy taking D-Mac under his wing, and possibly even reuniting him with JP, because we know that he's got a big heart for family, and this is the only family he has left that we know of anyway, because I really wouldn't be surprised if there was more of them. But not only has Jannard lost Elijah, I do think he's well on his way to losing D-Mac as well. But we also see him meeting someone which could be more members of the CBI, or him making a deal with another crew. But let's move on to Tommy and Claudia, because we also hear Tommy telling Claudia that if he has to second guess her, then all this shit that they're building will go away. And there was always going to be hiccups in this business relationship, because you could tell, at the time, Claudia didn't agree with the way Tommy wanted to run some aspects of their business, but it was Tommy's way or no way. But Claudia's someone who said earlier on in the season that she's done taking orders from men for one lifetime, so I really wouldn't be surprised if she started making some decisions without Tommy, and I really wouldn't be surprised if this drug was the demise of Uncle Paulie's son, where he starts to blame Walter Flynn for not having control over his kids. And this is what could inadvertently push Uncle Paulie into working with the feds, being their inside man to bring Walter Flynn down, because it does seem like Walter Flynn has found something out and there will be more twists and turns to come. And who knows, maybe with the Serbs, after Walter Flynn decided to get involved. But let's see how Merkovich reacts to hearing that Walter Flynn killed 3 of his men, because when he heard about Tommy killing Tatiana and a few of the Serbs, he showed his face. So Walter Flynn versus Merkovich would definitely be a fiery battle. But coming back to Claudia's character, she's someone who's now got a taste of this blood, and we've seen a complete change in her character, because there was a question mark about how she was going to deal with her first kill, which was Mai, and she dealt with it with catching another body, because Tommy's made her realize this is exactly who they are, and this is how Tommy has always been, because we see him killing a few more, and we're going to hear Liliana actually telling Tommy that he needs to stop pushing so hard. Now, just rewinding it to earlier on in the season, we had Tommy telling Liliana that Ghost is gone, and this was his chance. But Liliana is proven to be more than just Tommy's sidekick. She's a cork, she's tough, she's also had Tommy's back, and she's also showed her loyalty. But now she's showing Tommy that she's his voice of reason. And I've mentioned it before, as much of a great leader that Tommy is showing that he can be, how Ghost used to be, and how other characters were at different stages. Your decision making needs to be questioned from time to time in general life, and in this game, you have to surround yourself with people that will constantly challenge you, because this is what will keep you thinking 5 moves ahead. Because you can't just have yes men or women in your organization or in your life who are just gonna go along with what you say. And this is what we've seen Liliana do, because she's challenged Tommy at every single turn. When they had a fight, when it came to the Serbs, and when it came to Tommy going all in on this new drug Dahlia. So we're gonna hear Liliana telling Tommy that if you keep pushing too hard, then he's not gonna win. And she's right, sometimes you have to take a step back to take 2 forward and play the long game, and at times, Tommy may need to be reminded of this. So far we've seen everything go in the way of Tommy in Chicago. He's been building his organization and sussing out who he wants to work with. He's also been 5 moves ahead of everyone, but I really do think we're about to see Tommy face his biggest and toughest decisions since he got to Chicago, and that's both business and family related. Because when it comes to family, he's got the whole D-Mac and JP issue, and who knows, possibly Kate returning at some point, revealing more secrets. And when it comes to Diamond and the CBI, they're now aware of Dahlia. And when it comes to the Flynns, Walter Flynn is done playing games, and he's now made a move on the Serbs himself, which Tommy started with Diamond, the CBI, and Vic Flynn. So everybody from the Flynns and the CBI to Tommy could be involved in this battle with the Serbs. So it is definitely going to make an interesting finish to Season 1, with an action picking up for everyone across the board, not just Tommy but Walter, Claudia, D-Mac, and everyone else. So drop all your predictions down below for episode 7, and of course if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Powerbook 4 Force and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.